Hey, welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Today I want to show you putting in a pump inside my windshield washer reservoir. That's be your windshield washer pump, I guess you'd call it. So I'm working on a 91 Toyota pickup truck, so thought I'd bring you along and show you what I've done to it and how we got it fixed there. Alright, so this is what I'm working on. The pump's just right down there. When I got my truck, it was missing the pump, so there was just a hole right down there. So if you tried to fill up the windshield reservoir, that's where the fluid pumps out onto your windshield when you squirt your windshield to clean it off. It'll all just come gushing out there. At first I thought it was a crack down there, and then I realized it was missing the whole pump was gone. So those probably go out over time, and whoever had it before me probably was meaning to replace it and pulled it out and just never put something back in its place. So I got this pump, and I specifically picked this pump because it had what looks to be the correct connector right there. Right there. Some of the aftermarket pumps will just have two wires coming out, and you gotta cut your OEM wires and splice it in, and I kind of didn't want to do that. So also another tip is I use this heavy duty silicone. I like the CRC products a lot, and anytime you gotta slip something in, especially like rubber parts, all this had is a rubber stopper like this that was on there. This is actually the one that came with the pump, but I chose to use the OEM one because it felt like it was a little bit better quality, and it also had a screen in there, and I wasn't sure if that screen would come out and go in here or not, so I just didn't want to deal with it, because probably buying that screen would have probably been more expensive than getting this whole pump, just because I probably had gone to the dealer, and I don't even know if they would sell me just that screen. Anyhow, so just shoot a little silicone in there, popped right in. On the other side, I just connected the hose right down there and just cleaned it up. So I just got to plug that back in. And the way this goes on here is, I believe it's been a while since I've taken it out of the vehicle. I believe it sits like this. We'll look at it. And this would be the front of the truck, and it just bolts on right there. I took these screws out and cleaned them up a little bit. They were pretty corroded. And I cleaned this up, sprayed some primer that turns rust into paintable primer, and then I shot it with some just flat black. So I cleaned it up because it was pretty rusty. This, I don't know, that must have been some heat damage or something. The whole thing was pretty dirty looking. I just kind of I don't even remember what I cleaned it with, like Simple Green or something. Just scrubbed it down, washed it off a couple times. This piece here is kind of, it's not feeling like rubber, and I believe it's supposed to be rubber. It's probably a grommet like this, but it doesn't feel, it feels like it's pretty hard and brittle. So I'll shoot that with some silicone down there. Oops. And that'll help that slide back in before it tightens up. Then there's a channel here. It's kind of weird. It's flat right there, but then it channels again up there. And looks like there was a bolt for something here. We'll check that out when I go to put it back on. What fell out was there's a little screen that goes right there that just fell out on the floor. Here, I'll show you what it looks like real quick. This little screen that goes in there. And I cleaned up the inside. It was all kind of grody looking in there. There it goes. So it's should be ready to go in. The pigtail that plugs into this is just hanging in the car still. And you'll see that, or the truck. You'll see that all when I get out there. Alright, here we are out at the vehicle. So, looking at the top of this again, you got this bracket here, and it feels like I'm missing a bracket. I don't know if I just misplaced it or it may have been gone already. But this is just going to go right, bolt down right here, but I need to remove this bracket to help slide this in. And then, you got your connector down here. I just tapped, it's just a wire connector I got there, so I'm going to plug that in, drop it down, and then hook this up. And I don't know if you can see that on camera, it's just right there. And this is where that silicone spray comes into stuff like that, you shoot a little on there and that'll slide right in and evaporate and be in there solid. So I'm just gonna get some sockets and remove these 2 bolts so I can drop this in. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. Just gonna put it in real quick. Lifted up this bar and kind of dropped it back so I can get in there. This is a 12mm and this is a 10mm. So I'm just gonna hook up my connector. And I'll hook this up right now too. So there's a clip right here. This will help hold this wire. What I'm looking for is where this bottom piece goes in. There's just a hole down there. I think it's going to reach it. Kind of odd that it's sitting. Feels like it's got to go down farther. So I'm just going to play with that a little bit. I want to get that piece right there flush. So it probably just need to squirt some silicone on that black rubber piece so it'll slide down in there just a little bit farther. So I'm going to kind of fight with it a little bit. Alright, finally got it in. There's a couple more loops on this side. Let's see if I can get a picture right here. See right there, it just goes into little plastic loops. You'll see them as you put them in. The big thing is, as I had this bracket on wrong, and so if you look at it, it's got kind of this 45 on this side, and I think I had it upside down or something like that. Anyways, I took this off, reassembled it on, and now this is supporting it to where before I could tell I had it wrong because this was hitting this bar here. So anyways, I finally figured out how to get it on there, and so it's pretty straightforward. If you pay attention now, you take it off. I took this off a long time ago. I was waiting for the part to come in, waiting for it to stop raining and stuff. So, and it looks like there's supposed to be more to it, something going on here, but also the air conditioning was cut out of the truck, so this could have been an air conditioning bracket mount spot. I don't know. But anyway, so all in all, it's not that hard. All I gotta do now is fill it with some fluid and make sure it squirts out. If it doesn't, that's more of a problem with the product, but there's no reason why it shouldn't work at this point. So anyways, I think that's about it. This was 12mm, that was 10mm. These are just Phillips screws holding that on. So I guess if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If this video helped you out, maybe give me a thumbs up there, and if you subscribe, you'll see more videos as they come out. Thanks for watching.